As an avid player, I've done my research on the difference between Mach 1 and your Tiff Eagle turf grasses. And just the visual look of it. I have all the trust in Graham to maintain these to a championship level. But if you just look at the leaf blade alone, it's much finer. If you look at a Tiff Eagle leaf blade under a microscope, it's a pretty broad leaf blade of a Bermuda turf. However, this Mach 1, certainly a hybrid. If you compare it to a bent grass, it's certainly not as fine and does not grow in the same fashion as a bent grass. However, the leaf blade alone is very, very fine. So what you'll see is your grain will be less than what a Tiff Eagle grass is. Right there, that's going to produce a better quality turf when you're putting. As well as, I certainly believe that heals a little bit better in the warmer months, which certainly are busy months. You won't see as many ball marks, you won't see as many areas that require more maintenance. The reason the club certainly had to repair their greens, let alone they were 30 years old, greens usually don't last past 25, but the encroachment issues. With Mach 1, you have to provide less growth regulator, certainly a cost savings to the club, but you'll be able to see a defined green. Over time these greens do shrink due to encroachment. Certainly Graham has his processes in place, but we all know this is a 30-year project. With it being a 30-year project, your selection of turf grass is pretty crucial. But I believe the way Graham will maintain this type of turf, it's good to be the third golf course in the country to have it, but it'll certainly provide a pretty premier playing surface. The big things I think that will go unnoticed just during the construction process, number one, the drainage. There were certainly areas, let's take hole number 10 for example. You got a runoff from the homes on the left and the homes on the right. Lots of drainage has been added or repaired, and so this fairway not only will drain much better, but over time the process of top dressing with the old greens mix that we pulled out of the greens will actually give you a pretty 3 to 4 or 5 inch profile of sand underneath the turf that certainly makes it drain better and it makes it more playable. So you've got your drainage number one. Our fairways, without cart traffic, without play on them for a significant amount of the growing season, these things will open up, they'll pop. You'll finally be able to have, again, a premier playing surface with mow lines and rough defined lines, and very little wet spots, which I'm looking forward to.